Have you ever asked a Democrat this question on your show? I bet you've never asked a Democrat that question.
Wow, guys, Marco Rubio shuts down this NBC host, Kristen Welker, after she asks one question about President-elect Trump, right? Immigration is a huge problem in the U.S., and he had a lot to say about it. Real quick, I need you guys to hit the subscribe button. Check out his channel in the description. About to get right to it.
Radicals on this.
All right, Senator, let's move on to immigration. If reelected, Donald Trump has said he's willing to build migrant detention camps and deploy the U.S. military to deport the more than 11 million undocumented immigrants in this country. It would be the largest deportation operation in American history. Do you support that plan?
11 million. That's an outdated. That was the number 10 years ago. We're talking upwards of 20, 25, maybe 30 million. Well, There's been almost 10 million people that have entered this country unlawfully in the last 3 years.
To the question, would you support
the number varies big time. I mean, it's another 9 to 10 million people just in the last 3 years. The answer to your question is yes. We cannot absorb 25, 30 million people who entered this country illegally. They're here illegally. What country on earth would tolerate that? We don't even know who most of these people are. They talk about vetting them with what? They're coming from nations that don't even have document systems in many cases. Yes, we are going to have to do something, unfortunately. We're going to have to do something dramatic to remove people from this country that are here illegally, especially people we know nothing about. But 10 million, 11 million, that was the number 15 years ago. Today, it's upwards of probably 25 to 30 million, maybe more.
Senator, here's what you said about Donald Trump's mass deportations proposals in 2016. Take a look.
I don't think it's reasonable to say you're going to round up and deport 11 million people. I don't think it's a plan that works.
I don't think that's a realistic policy.
So why have you changed your mind now?
Good question.
Because the issue has completely changed. When I said that, and back in 2013 when I was involved in immigration reform, we had 11, 12 million people that had been here for longer than a decade. Now we've had almost that number in the last 3 years alone from all over the world, including people that I believe are terrorists, people that I believe are going to conduct terrorist attacks in this country if given the opportunity, certainly people that were criminals in their home country. This is a completely different...
It's a completely different ball game now. You see, the gotcha question, he handled it.
He knocked it out the
park.
You know what I
mean? This interrogation that claims to be an interview, he had all the right answers. You could tell immediately, right?
Right.
He's trying to address situations, and he has answers to everything.
They like to try to make them pit against each other, but he's like the terms change.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Every question, man. This is crazy. Keep going, man. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button.
This is not immigration. You asked me about immigration. This is mass migration. Mass migration. This is an invasion of the country. And it needs to be dealt with dramatically. And by the way, I'm a big poll follower, but polls show most Americans agree with us on this.
And of course, that was an issue under former President Trump as well. There was just a bipartisan proposal that was put on the table that would put more funding into border enforcement as well as limiting asylum. Republicans walked away from that. But let me move on to my next question.
No, we can't move on because that's not what that bill did. That bill also created asylum officers who right on the border will be able to give people asylum, and you give someone asylum right on the border without any appeal, no judge, nothing, just an asylum officer, they are on a path to citizenship. That's why I oppose that bill.
Your fellow Republican said it was the best deal that they had seen in a long time. But Senator,
which fellow Republican?
Senator Lindsey Graham.
Which fellow Republican said that?
Senator Lindsey Graham. Just
okay, well then I disagree with Lindsey if that's what he said.
So it's simple. You're not giving me the answer that I want, so let me ask a question this way. That's all she's doing. It's a completely horrible way to do an interview.
Trying to trick him up, but he's knocking it out the park every time.
I'm surprised he doesn't have a job in Trump's cabinet. You know, Trump has a bunch of great people in there, and Marco Rubio is one of those people I believe deserves a job.
I think Marco Rubio ran for president right before Trump won the primary in Florida. So he was going in 2016, trying to be the president at the end of 2016. But then once he realized that Trumpito, he went ahead and joined the team.
Just like Ben Carson.
Exactly. Exact same setup.
Let's keep going, man.
I'm not in favor of asylum officers at the border that can issue asylum rulings right at the border.
And Senator James Lankford, of course, negotiated. But let me look forward. Will you accept the election results of 2024 no matter what happens, Senator?
No matter what happens? No, if it's an unfair election, I think it's going to be contested by either side.
Senator, no matter who wins.
I think you're asking the wrong person. The Democrats are the ones that have opposed every Republican victory since 2000. Every single one. It's Hillary Clinton.
No Democrat has refused to concede. Hillary Clinton conceded. Senator, will you accept the election results?
Hillary Clinton said the election was stolen from her and that Trump was illegitimate. Kamala Harris agreed.
Senator,
we have Democrats now.
Senator, she conceded the election. and attended the inauguration.
She said that Trump was illegitimate. She said that the election had been stolen. Kamala Harris agreed. By the way, there are Democrats serving in Congress today who in 2004 voted not to certify the Ohio electors because they said those machines had been tampered with. And you have Democrats now saying they won't certify 2024 because Trump is an insurrectionist and ineligible to hold office. So you need to ask them. I think have you ever asked a Democrat this question on your show? I bet you've never asked a Democrat that question.
Senator, you voted to certify the 2020 election, and here is what you said on that day that you voted to certify the 2020 election.
If you sit there and listen to it, man, she cannot talk fast enough to run away from the truth. She just can't.
And you notice every time she starts talking, he respectfully shuts up.
Yeah.
But every time he's about to answer, she overtalks him.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, meet the press. Who are we mean?
Is
it her that we're supposed to be? I thought we wanted to find about Mark Rubio.
He's so afraid to let him talk. She's simply afraid of the truth, man. He has true American values.
This was an old clip, but this was a good one, man. I feel like it still speaks volumes. Exactly what's happening today. Exactly like he said, they let these people in, and now we're having these terrorist attacks in Las Vegas and in New Orleans. Exactly like he said a few months.
They tried to call Trump crazy at first, man, until they start eating the cats and dogs. Now they're bombing the country. It's only going to get worse. You know, that's why January 20th, the mass deportation in U.S. history. Let's keep going, man. Let's get them out of here.
Yeah. Democracy is held together by people's confidence in the election and their willingness to abide by its results.
So by your own definition, are Donald Trump's claims undermining Americans' confidence in democracy, given that he has not conceded the last election, and he just said in recent days twice that he won Minnesota, Senator?
I think what undermines people's confidence in the election is when you have places like Wisconsin with over 500 illegal drop box locations, when you have places like Georgia where liberal groups are paying people $10 per vote. No, but listen, what undermines elections is when NBC News and every major news outlet in America in 2020 censored the Biden laptop story, which turned out to be true, not Russian misinformation, unprecedented. Only you couldn't even talk about it on social media. They would deplatform you. People look at all this. They look at what happened in Arizona. 200,000 ballots that had the signatures didn't match. People will lose confidence, and it opens the door to this.
I have to jump in here, Senator. You voted to certify the election, and
because at that stage in the process, you have no options.
Senator, you voted to certify the election. Nothing has been censored on this program. Hillary Clinton
did you guys cover the laptop for Joe Biden in 2020?
Absolutely, we covered the laptop.
It was banned. You couldn't even talk about it in social media.
Chris Krebs, the top election official,
you couldn't talk about it in social media. It'd be deplatformed. You couldn't even talk about it because they said it was Russian disinformation.
Senator Rubio,
voters in many cases didn't even hear about it because it was blacked out by the media.
We did cover the election, and just to note that Chris Krebs, who was a top Trump election official, called it the safest and most secure election in recent history. Senator Rubio.
It's obvious, man. She doesn't want him to answer any questions. She just
sitting there
attacking. Yeah, she was sitting there hunting for a gotcha moment the whole entire time, man.
He was knocking it out the border. He was being respectful the whole interview until the end, where he had to start playing dirty like her.
Not gonna lie, all these other news outlets, these legacy media outlets, they are not like Fox News. Fox News wouldn't have done Marco Rubio like that, man.
I doubt if they would. They would at least give him a chance to speak his speakers, even if they disagree.
And it wouldn't be completely biased, you know. She asks completely hurtful and hateful questions.
I think it's hard a lot of times for a lot of these news people just to be objective about the interview.
Yeah.
Like despite whatever their personal feelings are. Now, even I find myself being like choosing a side, but still I'm willing to hear what the other side has
to say. Yeah. You don't have to be strongly opinionated the whole entire time.
Come on,
now. You could feel that way. I could feel my way. We could go our separate ways.
I'm at least gonna see how you feel first. You know what I mean? Then I'm gonna decide. I'm probably not gonna like how you feel, and I can just tell. But since you're a Democrat, I'm probably not gonna like. But I'm gonna listen to how you feel.
Yeah. Let us know what you think about this quick video, guys. Be sure to hit the like, comment, and subscribe button. Check out his channel description. We're out.